Hey everyone, my name is Max, and today I want to give you a quick building tip on depth. Depth is the number one most important tool in a builder's toolbox. Using depth can transform a solid oak wall into a fabulous structure. This video is not to show you how to build something block by block, but it's to show you how important depth is when creating something in Minecraft. Depth transforms any build by tenfold and is the first step to improve your building skills. So with that, let's roll the intro and get this bad boy going. Thanks for the intro, Editor Max. For this build, I'm not going to do anything crazy. I'm just going to detail this wall in a way that emphasizes depth. The first thing I'm going to do is outline the build using a vertical block. So in this case, oak logs. Thanks for speeding that up, Editor Max. Now we're going to talk about non-solid blocks. These are blocks that don't take up a full space. Think about your slabs, stairs, fences, fence gates, trapdoors, and buttons. Although there's a million different options like signs, flower pots, chains, conduits, grindstones, walls, the list goes on and on. The first thing you want to think about is windows and where you want to place the windows. I always use panes instead of full glass blocks because it adds that depth. Look at the difference between these two windows. You can see that using depth drastically improves the quality of a build. But let's go further. Let's see if we can push out these windows to create unique shapes. I'm putting stairs in the corner and trapdoors on the sides to create a circular window feel. Now that's depth. Editor Max, do the other side. Easy shmoney. Now let's start adding depth to the bottom of these pillars. Using trapdoors adds just a tiny bit of depth that adds interest and character to the build. These pillars are now not just flat, but have layers to them, and it adds this uniqueness and shape that the build is severely lacking. Adding fences to the bottom is another half step between the wall and the front of the pillars. Thank you, peaking microphone. Now I'm going to be adding some windows. Once again, using panes to have that half step between the block and the wall. Using stairs and slabs also creates some layers and depth between the windows and the wall and the front pillars. Maybe adding some decorative buttons for a little spice. Editor Max, slap that other window down. Hot dog. It's still looking a little flat. Maybe adding a third layer of blocks will drastically improve the quality of this build. I'm going to add a trim of stairs and trapdoors up top to really emphasize that third layer of depth. Out of all the blocks that I use for depth, I find trapdoors are by far the best. By golly, let's use some more. You see how it just pushes that a tiny bit further to add a tiny bit of uniqueness. Adding some logs really emphasizes it and gives it a wood cabin feel. And maybe some buttons, just for a tiny detail. That's kind of it. I turned a solid oak wall into something worth looking at, only using depth. Now this doesn't include the other Minecraft building possibilities like contrast, block palettes, shape, texture, colors, etc. There's plenty more to learn, and I'm excited to teach you. My name is Max. That's about it. Over and out.